bango niya niluluto ko ah. Paborito ko yan.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Okay, well, Happy New Year ho sa inyong lahat, no? Because ito lang ang chance na pwede namin kayong batiin ng Happy New Year. Happy New Year on a Happy Tuesday. Magandang gabi ho sa inyong lahat, sa ating mga kababayan. Dito ho sa apat na sulok ho ng United Kingdom. Direct, pakitanggal lang yung sa tenga ko. Nagba-bouncing. Okay. O yan. Alright, so good evening ho sa inyong lahat. Welcome ho. Apat na sulok ho ng United Kingdom. Apat na sulok ho ng Europa, apat na sulok ho ng mundo. Saan mang bahagi ho kayo ng mundo naroroon at nanonood ho sa amin, welcome ho dito sa ating program. No? Happy Tuesday. Ayan, a special day. Well, first program natin for the year of the new year, no? 2022. Siyempre, ito yung ating Legal Advice Corner. Kasama natin siyempre, hindi ko na pahabain pa yung aking pagbati ho sa inyo at pagbati ho ng magandang gabi. Siyempre, papasukin na natin, kausapin na natin. Nakasama ho natin, nakita ho natin to nung kanyang last, kailan ba to? Sabado yata? Sabado ba o Sunday? Hindi ko maalala. Sabado yata, Sabado. We went to Bedford, wanted to explore the place, siyempre. And of course, to meet this beautiful lady, no? Brains and Beauty. Mga kaibigan, syempre, ang ating regular na, host ho. Siya ho ang actually star ng ating program dahil siya naman ho ang talaga may alam doon sa mga legal questions. Mga kaibigan, ang pinakamamahal natin ang abogada ng bayan, no? Ng mga Pinoy dito sa United Kingdom. Walang iba kundi si Attorney DANNA QUINTO. Attorney, magandang gabi sa iyo. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Mr. LARAGAN, Happy New Year! Direct Pound, Happy New Year sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin. Sa lahat ng sulok ng mundo, hindi lang UK, hindi lang Europa. Because we do have subscribers, no, mga manonood, na we're very, very pleased na kasama pa rin natin sila sa remote social bubble natin kahit 2022 na. It's almost 2 years. So yeah. But it's good to see you, Mr. Well, I saw you about 2-3 days ago personally, and now I'm still seeing
Sabado
you.
yun, Saturday yata, no? Saturday? Was it a Saturday, no? I think it was a Saturday.
Saturday. Ano ba tawag? Bank holiday yesterday, yes. So, yeah, this is the first day back to work for us as well. First day of the year, first working day. It's also good to be back here kasi parang nagbabalik back to usual programming. Ika nga nila. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back sa ating usual routine.
Alam mo, parang extended pa rin, no? Itong social bubble natin, it will go on for a long time, There is a new parang variant yata sa France. I don't know kung nabalita mo yun. Na mas matindi pa sa Omicron. I forgot kung ano pangalan yan. May pangalan eh. But anyway, well, it was really, we were really talagang happy kami. We were so thrilled seeing you, Attorney, in person last Saturday, no? Nung nagkakita-kita tayo sa embankment sa Bedford. Uy, maganda yung site mo,
Si Sol. Hi,
Si
Sol.
Sol. Ayan, si Sol, With
Asan
her signature, ano tawag yan? Face mask.
Si Sol lang.
Direct, nakita mo nga, naka-face mask pa si Ma'am Sol mo. Ayan, si Sol. Kita mo, naka-face mask pa.
Yeah, that was
Oo.
the Embankment pub in Bedford, and yung nasa likod noon is the Embankment River, which is quite nice
Oo.
if you're visiting Bedford. Sabi nga natin, Mr. Lagan, sana ngayong taon meron na tayong Barrio Fiesta, or sana hindi na ganun kalala itong pandemya na to para magkita-kita na tayo lahat. Because it's quite nice. Parang, to be honest, parang
Yes.
ano lang
Oo.
eh. I didn't feel any different. Nakakatuwa kasi talagang, parang, alam mo yun, walang awkward talaga. Nagkwentuhan talaga ng todo-todo. Ano? So that was very nice. Very,
Yeah,
very
oh,
nice.
hindi, pero parang ano lang tayo, parang parang matagal na hindi nakita lang, parang ganun lang, no?
Parang old friends na hindi
Old
nagkita.
friends.
Old
Oo,
friends na
oo.
hindi nagkita. Ano?
Nice, nice. We like the place, in Bedford, yung Embankment. We like the area, no? Yung kung saan tayo isang pub na, I think you were telling me na when you first arrived in Bedford yata, was that the first place that you went to?
That was the first. That was the first siguro a restaurant
Restaurant.
or
Ah,
public
okay.
place I
Oo,
went to
public
kasi
place.
hinanap ko talaga yung lake kasi mahilig po ako sa
Mhm.
lake. So
Oh,
I went there kasi parang ako saan ba
ayan.
maganda?
Pakita mo nga direct habang kinikwento niya. Yung sa likod nun,
Yan,
parang
yung sa likod
dagat,
po.
may
Yeah,
parang
sa likod.
river na,
That's the park.
oh, oh,
May
park,
lake
oh, sa likod.
dyan. And
The
then, hindi
lake sa
pala
likod.
lake, river
River,
pala.
yes. Oo,
River. And
river.
I think nakaupo ako sa exact table, if I'm not
Ah,
mistaken.
really?
Pero
Oh, okay.
nakaharap ako dun sa, nakaharap
Sa
ako dun sa
tubig.
river, sa tubig.
Ah,
And then I
okay.
said, you know what, I can live here. I can move here, I can live here. And that's when I decided to move to DVE solicitors to really, well, I've accepted already yung offer. But doon ako yung talagang na firm up, na
Ah, you like the
solidify
place.
yung
Oh, because of that area, no? Um,
because of the river and because of it. So it's quite special. And may mga special na mga moments. But yeah, it's good.
first time namin
Bedford
ni
na lang.
Sol, we've traveled almost the whole of the UK siguro, sabihin na natin,
Oo
except
nga.
yung mga highlands, except those areas. Pero yun, napuntahan na namin lahat. Wales, uh, ano ba? Ay, sa bagay, Wales, Scotland, at saka England. But we've driven, sabihin na lang natin,
Cornwall,
we've been to
yeah.
about 80% of the whole of the UK. Of the whole of Great Britain lang. Kasi yung Northern Ireland, di pa niya napupuntahan eh. So, yeah. Uy, thank you ha. Dito ha. Pinadala na ko ni attorney ng 6 na bote ito no ng wine, no. So ito, Marilo, one of those. Marami kasi yata, maraming mga different ano.
Oh,
So thank you very much ha.
that's okay.
Maraming salamat, no.
And thank you then. Thank you then dun sa champagne and sa suman. Napakasarap ng suman.
Ay, so much.
I was really, really, sobrang na-nostalgia ako dun sa suman. Ubos
Oh,
agad. Wala pang 24 hours.
ayun
I
no.
think
Maganda,
yung gabi
attorney.
pa lang
Ay,
ata,
oh.
maubos na eh.
Ano
I
ano ka?
really enjoyed it.
Diretso ba? Kinain mo? Or kasi I
Nilagyan ko
enjoyed
ng
it
konting
with
asukal.
peanut butter.
Peanut
Ano,
butter!
nag-peanut butter, oo, sarap. Talagang peanut butter. First time ko kumain ng suman yata na may peanut butter. Nag-enjoy ako. So, how did you eat it? Direkta lang?
May direkta yung iba, and then yung minsan may asukal ng konti. That was very, very nice.
Dati asukal ako when I was, no, the usual pagkain ko. Kaya lang, alam mo na,
Lupin
I'm trying to
na
cut
eh.
down on sugar. Dahil siyempre, pupunta yan sa belly ko, di ba? Sa belly nating mga, di ba? So, yun ang inisip ko. Pero nag peanut butter because I was thinking protein. Di ba? Di ba yung mga
Ah,
high protein, mga snack bars, mga ano, di ba? Yung mga nagpapapayat, di ba? They eat high protein, kung ano-ano, mga high protein na binibenta. Ano? So, yeah,
that's an
wag ganda.
idea. Si Sol po ba gumawa nun? That was very nice.
First time yata niya ginawa based on YouTube.
Ang galing, ang galing.
Oh, but
Sobrang sarap.
she goes out of her way pag may gusto siyang gawin, parang gano'n. Yan, gusto niya magpansit, no? Biglaan lang yan, no? Out of the blue lang. So pansit lang. Eh, ikaw, attorney,
Napakasarap.
you haven't ano ba latest mong concoction? May mga ginagawa ka dati, di ba? May ginagawa
Ay,
kang
ano,
mga ano,
yung
oo.
gumawa ako ng, siguro kaya nga din ako, wala po, okay po ako, healthy po. I was telling Mr. Laragan, para akong hinihika ng konti. So, sa mga kababayan natin dyan na katulad ko, winter ang normally na medyo
Ah,
nati-trigger ako or kapag may allergen kasi nagkare-kare ako the other day. Hindi ko lang na-picturean, nagutom na ako. So may
okay.
alamang yung kare-kare ko. So I think that's the reason why parang hinihika ako tapos lumamig pala sa yun yung na-discover ko kanina nung tinitingnan namin ni Mr. Laragan ang weather. It's 4 degrees here
Palamig.
in Bedford. I don't know what it is.
How many degrees sa Bedford sa inyo?
4 degrees. Hindi na
4
4
degrees.
degrees
Hey
pala.
Siri, what's the
Oo,
weather
kaya
like?
pala.
Tanongin natin kay Siri dito. What's the weather like?
It's currently clear and
Oh,
11
ba't
degrees
11
in
sa amin?
Western California, the
11 kayo?
United States.
Pero on
Today's
Wednesday,
United States.
we're
And
going
the low will
negative
10.
Parang napapanood ka sa TV kanina. May mga negative tayo within the week eh.
Tingnan ko yung Bedford ulit dito kasi it feels
Oo.
cold yun pala. Kaya ako,
Ayan. Hey Siri, what's the weather this week? Ayan, para at least may alam mo na sumasagot to, mabait to si Siri eh.
Expect clear skies, rain, and
Oh yan,
some partly
negative
cloudy skies
negative
between
2 sa
today and
Wednesday
Sunday.
sa lugar ko.
Daytime temperatures will
Negative
start
3
around
sa
3 degrees
Thursday.
and eventually reach
wow.
11 by
Oh,
Saturday,
negative.
before
So,
dropping back down to around 8,
oh yan.
with overnight lows between -3 and 4.
Yun nga, yun ang
Ayan,
problema
so,
lang. No? Ako rin, alam mo, pagka ganito malamig, I don't know, every time na malamig, nahahatching ako. I don't know kung nararanasan mo yan. Do you sneeze pagka malamig?
Nararanasan ko din yun.
Ah,
Pag
nararanasan
malamig
mo rin?
po. Yeah. Pag malamig talagang may
nahahatching ako.
something. May
Oo.
something parang allergic ako sa lamig. Allergic talaga ako.
Pero teka muna, may nabanggit ka, I remember, many weeks ago, no, the best time to go training is after, ano ba, springtime ba? O
Mga
gantong
ganito,
panahon?
umpisa ka na. Umpisa ka na sa
Gantong
ganito.
panahon, magsimula
Oo.
ka. Oh, yeah.
Kaya po kapag ako nung nagte-training ako, naglalagay sometimes ako ng parang before pa ng COVID, yung parang bandana na gagawin mong mask so that
Bakit?
yung
Because of the
air-
cold?
Because of the
Bakit?
cold. Because of the cold. Yung air na malamig, yun ang nakaka-asthma actually. So pag
Asthma
pag
sa'yo.
nakaganon, asthma po sa akin, yun yung ano ko. Pero yung lamig, it's good. Mas sa akin, mas ano yun. Mas
Sa akin, na-sneeze ako, no?
comfortable.
Na-hatching ako pag
Yeah.
malamig, pumasok sa lungs ko. So yun ang ano mo, yung style mo, kailangan mo talaga mag-mask. Ayun.
Not kapag only kapag malamig na malamig. And then,
Pag malamig.
kapag gumagalaw ka naman, yung body mo heats up, your lungs open up after 30 to 40 minutes, tapos masasanay na. Siguro hindi lang nasanay kasi kain ng kain, tsaka malamig talaga ngayon. I think weirdo yung weather. Nag-mild, lumamig, nag-mild.
Oo nga, tama ka because we had the mildest New Year's, di ba? In parang in record time. Ano ba? Paano sa it's
Yeah.
ano ba tawag
History,
doon?
yeah.
Parang gano'n. First time yata in a long time na, di ba, na hindi ganun kalamig.
Hindi
And
ganun
normally,
kalamig.
napakalamig.
I've seen photos of people sinasabi nandun sila sa garden nila na
ganun ba?
nagsiselebrate. It's very unusual sa atin. So,
Oo.
weird. Pero
Weird.
dapat ito, pinipare ni Direk pa, winter na winter ang background natin.
Oo nga, ganun ang oo. Tama
Maganda,
yan.
lamig sa mata.
Oo nga. Yeah, dahil winter, actually ang winter talaga mas matindi pag January and February, 'di ba, attorney? Mas pinakamalamig yan, no? Although minsan malamig talaga sa December. Minsan there will be December, sinisipon ako eh.
Yes.
Sinisipon, hindi
Normally, dito ako
sipon.
sinisipon.
It's sipon na hindi sipon na dahil may sipon ako, no? Virus o no, hindi. Sipon na dahil sa lamig, attorney.
Sa lamig, yes.
Kaya ako nagganto eh. Medyo
Yeah,
sabi ko medyo
ganda eh.
malamig, no? Oy, pero I'll tell you a little story lang para sa iyo at saka sa mga kababayan natin. Etong blazer ko na to, nakapag around the world na to eh. Ito naiwanan ko nung laban namin ni Manny Pacquiao naiwanan ko yata sa kung saan siya lumaban, hindi ko alam kung doon sa may Dallas yata yon. Dallas yata. Ba, nakabalik sa akin, no?
Nakabalik sa'yo.
Oo,
Wow.
dineliver sa akin. Pinost sa akin. Oo,
Very good.
so
Very
nakapag
good.
nanood na lang palabas ni Manay Pacquiao ng
Nanood
laban
ng
niya.
palabas.
Oo, kay Margarito sa may Dallas.
Ah,
It was in Dallas. It was held in Dallas. With
remember him.
the biggest biggest TV screen attorney.
Yes, that's right.
Oo,
Yeah.
nanood kami noon kay Margarito. Oh, teka muna, pina-flash na rin yung mga pag ano ito. Oh, may topic ko nga pala si attorney for
May
tonight
topic
na
tayo.
dahil
Back to school na tayo. Back to
back to school.
sessions na.
Ayun,
tapos tapos na mga back to na tayo. Back to
Ayan.
oo.
So bago natin basahin yung
Jargon.
jargon buster ngayon, ayan,
Ng
matrimonial proceedings.
matrimonial proceedings. And again, credit to Attorney Lira na originally itong idea na to. So credit where credit is due. Para hindi tayo ano nga ba yun? Ma-plagiarism. So happy New Year, Attorney Lira.
Hindi, kasi ano siya parang pag kami binanggit siya, parang sabi ko, teka muna, parang hindi natin assume na alam ng mga viewers kaganyan isabihin natin. Kasi parang padaan. So yun nga, napunta dyan. So yan, ang ating topic for tonight, jargon
Yan ang
buster
topic
tayo.
mamaya.
Some of the common terms and no, na pwede nyong o baka mamaya meron pang mga, ano ba tawag doon, attorney, yung mga, yung kunyari, EU, ano ba yung mga tawag doon?
Mga
Acronyms.
acronyms.
So, acronyms. So, yun. Baka may mga acronyms din.
May mga
Okay.
acronym dito, terms and phrases, mga acronym na minsan tama ka, minsan parang ako sinasabi ko na lang yung acronym tapos yung kliyente ko parang ano yun?
Ano nga yun?
Ano yun? Parang may secret language kami. So,
Ayan.
that's very... And kami yung mga namin minsan, nag-acronym kami ng mga pangalan. And I know Edgar does this DQ niya. And actually, minsan sa mga
si Edgar. Mahilig yan.
sa mga paperwork, nakalagay yung acronym ko na yun. So, usong-uso naman yung mga acronym na yun. But, back to topic na tayo this evening dahil, alam nyo ba na itong ang January, normally in normal times, hindi COVID times, kasi I'll tell you something different nung COVID times. Normally, before COVID, January, ang pinaka-busy na
Hiwalayan.
na divorce
hiwalayan, di ba?
divorce month sa
Oo.
buong year. But unusually enough, nung COVID, all throughout the months, especially nung lockdown or after nung
Oo.
first lockdown and sumunod na noon, tumaas generally yung divorce inquiries. And it's a bit sad, but ito yung
Hindi na January lang, kundi the whole year round almost.
the whole year round. Even before Christmas, normally hindi kami nakakakuha ng ganon kadaming inquiries before Christmas. The reason being is, nagtatry ang maraming tao before Christmas. Ayaw pag-usapan ng divorce, gusto ng last but madami pa rin mga inquiries. This time is very, very different. And that's, siguro ang message lang doon marami tayong may pinagdadaanan ngayon, and it's just siguro a reminder to be kinder kasi hindi lang January kundi buong taon nagkakaroon ng mga issue ang mga pamilya, issue sa relationship, issue sa mga bata. So yeah, that's a little trivia for everyone. Normally before COVID it was January, but there was a marked spike sa mga divorce inquiries and generally family matters since COVID-19. So, sana nga makalabas na tayo dito para ma-depressurize naman ng konti ang mga sitwasyon. So, start with the Happy New Year.
Ngayon, something new na yan, ha? Ibig sabihin, hindi na historically January after Christmas, baka pinalilipas muna yung Christmas or baka pwede pang gawa ng paraan. Pero ganun, historically, sabi mo nga, January is the month na mataas ang ang mga divorce, no? So, ayan. Ngayon hindi na. Talagang whole year round na yata. Talagang gusto na mag-divorce, no?
Even December, na normally walang nag-inquire. Unfortunately, may mga nag-inquire. So, kapit lang tayo lahat. Kapit lang. Makakalampas din tayo. Makakalabas din tayo.
Hopefully na, no? Sana soonish na kasi talagang with all of these new variants and mutations happening, no? ayun, sana wag magtagal talaga. Kasi nakakainip na rin. Sa mga kanina, Barrio Fiesta. And hopefully, sana, maski hindi yung Barrio Fiesta, hopefully, mga springtime or summertime, lumuwag. And then we can get together, no? Yung mga ating mga viewers, kaibigan, magkakita-kita, no? It's nice to, kasi nakakamiss na di ba? Puro virtual.
Nakakamiss.
Puro virtual na lang tayo. Hindi ka naman pwede hindi ka naman pwede magyakapan sa virtual, hindi mo mahag yung mga tao, no? Pero at least na-hug ko si attorney,
nag-hug tayo.
Nag-hug
At
kami,
yung mga small groups lang ngayon, kumbaga bubble na tayo. You're gonna meet your whole friends, once every week, each little group, yun ang ginagawa, I think, for all this time. But sana kasi magdadalawang taon na tayo, kaya
tama.
Lilipas din to. This too shall pass, sabi nga nila.
Yes. Okay, teka muna, magbati na tayo sa ating mga kaibigan, no? Attorney, let's say, hulaan section, di ba? Little game natin yan, maghuhulaan tayo. Hulaan natin. Attorney, sino sa hula mo ang unang-unang bumati sa atin, either on Facebook or YouTube? Kasi sabay ho yan, pwede kayo bumati ho sa atin. Sino?
Napapansin ko bumabalik to kumbaga bumabalik gusto niyang i-claim uli ang pagiging valedictorian niya sa mga batian. Si Marian Galicia Paner, sa tingin ko. Nakangiti ka! Tinignan mo na,
Hindi, okay lang ako. Kaya natutuwa nga ako dahil meron tayong konting game, no? Meron ako hint dito, pero hindi na ako huhula kasi, attorney, dahil ikaw na lang.
Tinignan mo na.
So, yes. And then naman, meron tayong naka-flash dito. So, okay. Direct, yung ating tingnan nga natin, si Marian Galicia Paner ba o somebody else? Yan.
Uy!
Okay.
Drum roll.
Oh, yes.
Wow, ang ganda.
Oliver Fernandez.
Bago na yung message board natin.
Bago ba?
Umuunlad na tayo.
Iba style niya na. Direct mukhang
Galing
ang galing. Okay. Wow.
Madali na siyang basahin.
Oliver. Si Oliver Fernandez, attorney. Hindi si Marian Galicia Paner.
Hindi si Marian.
Pero at least,
Oliver.
okay lang naman yun dahil hulaan lang sige.
Yan, hulaan lang.
Pakibasa, attorney, yung kanyang message.
Happy LAC Tuesday to everyone. It has been Legal Advice Corner.
Legal Advice Corner. Yeah, okay. Tama, may acronym na tayo, ha? May acronym na tayo, ha? Okay, LAC.
Oliver, witty, very witty.
Oh, very witty.
LAC Tuesday to everyone. It has been icy cold and slushy here in Everett and in most of Washington. More snow, rain, and wind have been forecasted. C25K update. Our local YMCA closed up for 80 days and it hasn't been safe running in deep snow and slush. Even with my Yaka trucks on, wearable shoes, spikes, or grippers. So I'm catching up with week 5, day 3, and week 6, day 1 by doubling up on my treadmill run today. Let's go, people! I think count 5K. Well done! Let's go, people!
Ang C25K pala niya, treadmill. No, pwede naman treadmill, pwede ka naman to put in a bit of variety, pwede ka naman lumabas.
Oliver, sasabayan kita. Ano bang dito? Ano bang ng coach to C25? Ano ba yung diyan? Mechanic. Send mo dito kasi sasabayan kita.
Ano mo lang, attorney, i-type mo lang couch to Hindi kasi nasa yan. I have ang tag dito. Naka couch to 5. Okay. Oo, couch to 5. Dalawa, meron akong pinapakinggan na yung talagang pero kailangan mo ng internet talaga. Yung isa naman is local couch to 5. Asa na may couch to 5?
Yeah, sige.
Couch to 5. The couch to 5 kasi
nakita ko na.
9 weeks yan, attorney. So,
9 weeks.
week 7 is 25 minutes. Week 8 is 28 minutes. Week 9, which is the final week, and then continue on ka na, 30 minutes.
30 minutes, ang galing.
Nasa week 5, going 6 siya. 6, tatlong weeks yan, different runs. Sa week 7, so last ng week 6, you will have to run 25 minutes. Yata.
25 minutes. Sige. It's good
Oh,
to
30.
I know, it's good to reboot again. Feeling ko kailangan ko after
Oh,
that Christmas holiday
ito ang
period.
ano. Ito ang ating yung susunod naman
Sige.
kamukha ni ano rin, kamukha ni ano.
Oliver Fernandez.
Parang may relation kay Oliver. Hulaan mo kung sino next natin.
Emeline Rafael.
Sige, tingnan nga natin,
It's about
direct.
running.
Tingnan nga, sige nga.
It's about running.
Tama ka
All
dahil
All
tatalunin ako, tumatakbo to eh. No, baka mapahiya ako, ano? Tama ka, Emily Rafael, at least tumama ka sa second attorney. So, yeah, pakibasa nga, attorney. Yeah.
Good evening, Sonny and Attorney Donna. Happy New Year and Happy Three Kings to you both and everyone. Happy Three Kings, Happy New Year, Emmeline.
Happy New Year,
Feeling ko
Emmeline,
babalik
ha?
na si Emmeline shortly eh. So, January, no? Makikita na natin.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
So, babalik na siya. So, kailangan babalik mo. Teka muna, sabihin mo nga sa amin. Nakabili ka na ba ng ticket mo? Babalik ka na ba dito sa Pilipinas?
Makakabalik ba? Oo nga, no? Makakabalik naman kasi dito siya resident.
Yeah,
Kasi
British
wala namang
British passport ka naman, di ba? British citizen ka naman, Emmeline. So, walang problema. Walang problema. Hopefully, pero kailan ang balik mo? Para lang sa ganun, baka salubungin ka namin lahat sa ano, meron kaming streamer, meron kaming placard pa. Welcome back, Emmeline. We missed you.
We miss you, LAC, from LAC FTE.
Ayan. Ano yung ano yung FTE?
Dapat FTVE, Filipino TV.
Okay. Legal Advice Corner. Yeah, Filipino. Yes. FTE. Okay. Emily, sige, mabuhay ka. No? Mabuhay. Pangatlo lang, hulaan natin, attorney. Sige.
I know, lumabas na eh.
Lumabas na ba? Okay na, yun na pala. Okay, sige, yan na pala. Ano pa nga? Sige, pakibasa. Attorney.
Magandang gabi ng masayang Tuesday sa inyo. Magandang Attorney Donna. And always looking mga pogi. I think that's Sir Sonny. Sir Sonny.
Naputol.
Yeah,
Sir Sonny and Edgar.
Ayun
Sir
pala.
Edgar.
And Sir
Ayun.
Edgar. And lovely direct
may kompleto siyang next.
viewers. Cold and snowing sa Belfast.
Wow, buti pa kayo. May snow kayo. No? May miss ko na yung snow.
White New Year.
Hindi pa ako nakakita ng snow for a long time, no?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, Rudy ha, mabuhay Rudy ha. Oy, si Flor Morante, Flor. Ayan, si Archie at saka si Ben. Ayan, Florita Morante.
Yeah.
Alam mo ba, yan si Flor, she started as my radio listener back in 2009.
Wow.
Yes, and up to now, no? Kaya mahal na natin. So lahat ng mga naging listeners ka pa kasi from kailan ba tayo nagsimula mag-TV? 2 years lang ago lang naman, no? Pero the previous years, puro radio tayo. And we had so many friends all over Europe. Marami, of course, the bigger bulk is dito sa UK. Pero eventually, nakikita-kita, Bari Fiestas na dumadalaw sa atin, no? So, yeah, mabuhay. Yes. Next, ayan.
Juliet Marcelino, watching from YouTube. Galing. Good evening,
Wow.
Sonny, Attorney Donna. Happy Tuesday po sa lahat ng viewers. Stay safe, everyone. Yes, stay safe. Stay safe pa rin.
Thank you, Juliet. Direct, hindi ko makita yung sino pumati, no? Sa ilalim. Pero sige, okay lang. Sige. Okay, sige. Para, ayan. Ayun. Sige. Alright.
Yan.
Sige, next, sino next natin? Pagkatapos, si Flor ba uli? Florita?
Sanchez Grace.
Oy, mabuhay ka, Sanchez, ha? Sanchez. Grace pala, Grace Sanchez.
Ano ba? Grace ata. Grace Sanchez. Good afternoon.
Grace siguro surname.
From Lisbon, Portugal.
Yes.
Wow, ang galing. Malamig ba dyan, Grace? Ano bang temperatura sa Lisbon?
Kumusta sa Lisbon? Kayo ba'y masyadong malamig, no? Diyan sa Lisbon, no? Ayan.
Si Florita meron siyang, si Tita Florita ay merong additional information sa atin. Bedford was the place that Ben took his black belt grading in Taekwondo. Wow! Ano ba na to? Anong gym? I think bago lang yung gym na I went to. So maybe one of the bigger gyms ito. Si Ben.
Anong grading floor? Dahil may competition ba doon sa ano?
Yung black belt po. Doon siya na-promote ng black belt.
Taga London kasi si sila Flore, no? Sila Archie, mag-asawa na yan. And Ben is their son. At scout, napakahusay na scout. And
Galing.
we did some fundraising before nung anong bagyo yun. And yung kanilang grupo headed by si Ben, no? Nakapag-raise kami ng mga pondo, naka-raise sila ng mga pondo, binigay natin sa mga nangangailangan, pati rin yung mga, hindi ko alam kung school yata doon sa lugar din ni Flor, no? Na we also gave them money, no? Marami tayong binigyan ng pera noon mga taga Daang Bantayan sa Cebu, binigyan din natin ng pera, no? We had all of those nakalagay sa naka-post sa Facebook, naka-post sa show natin noon. Kikita mo kung saan pumunta yung pera, attorney, no? Yung yung mga contributions, so kung sino rin nagbigay. Yeah. Okay. Sino to? Sorry. Yeah, you were about to say. You were about to
No, I was just gonna
interject.
ask, si Tita Florida, ano nangyari? Dito ba siya na-promote? Ano ba nangyari? Dito ba siya nagturo? Or ano bang nangyari? It would be good to hear kung ano yung connection sa Bedford kasi nakakatawa.
Bakit Bedford? Tama. Correct.
Somewhere special. Yeah,
Correct. Bakit Bedford? Ano ang dahilan? Nagkaroon ba ng anong event nagkaroon ba ng doon pupunta para sa grading? Kasi Bedfordshire, no? Sa Bedford, pag sinabi mo Bedfordshire na yan, di ba?
Bedford is the place mismo. Bedford is I think it's a town or a city. Bedford
okay. Bedford City. Okay.
Bedfordshire is the
Tapos yung
county.
pinaka parang province niya.
Yeah.
Bedfordshire. Parang,
we'd like to know more.
Hertfordshire, parang ganyan, no? Gloucestershire, Oxfordshire, Cambridgeshire, ayan. Rufino. Ubana.
Good evening, attorney and Sir Sonny. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Rufino. First time mo ba, Rufino? Dati ka nag-message, no? Parang first time nating balik mo muna, tatanungin lang natin siya direct para lang maano natin. Ayan. Rufino, first time mo ba? Para ganda ng surname niya, parang si Barack, no? Pero Obama yun, no? Obana.
Natawa ko dun, Benta sa akin.
Obana. Rufino Obana. Di ba? Taga saan ba mga Obana? Attorney, hulaan mo. Mga taga saan ang Obana? Obama kasi Obana. Obana. Okay. Taga saan? Bisaya ba mga Obana? Or Ilocano?
Okay. That sounds like
Ilonggo, no? Hindi naman Ilonggo, no? Most likely hindi Ilonggo. Hindi Ilonggo.
Mahirap naman kung sino yung Ilonggo just by minsan kapag yung last name is quite kumbaga sa isang lugar okay lang, pero minsan ngayon alam mo mahirap na rin
mahirap na
kung saan yung origin but saan ka ba, Rufino? Taga saan ka?
Yan. Yun lang gusto namin din malaman, taga saan ka, tama, no? Okay, welcome, no? So, ayan.
Familiar face naman tayo. Very familiar and very loved. Very, very much loved yung face. Hello, Ma'am Carsola. Dito
Ma'am Cora.
Ma'am
mabuhay kayo.
Saludin po kami sa inyo. Well, Happy New Year. Happy New Year sir. Hello, Sir Sonny, Attorney Dana, Direk, and all. Happy New Year sa inyong lahat. Happy New Year, Tita Cora.
Happy New Year, no? Yes, si Ma'am Cora, no? Okay. Rose Hubs. It's been a long time, ha? Rose, ha?
Oo, parang, nakita natin si Rose a few months ago, siguro a few weeks ago. But welcome back, Rose. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year talaga. It's nice na. Thank you for pagbati nyo and Happy New Year to everybody, ha?
Happy New Year to everyone.
Sana'y maging maganda yung New Year natin, no? At, today, 5 o'clock, hindi ko napanood. Meron daw, lalabas daw si Boris Johnson with Professor Huitie. Ano announcement?
Hindi ko pa natitingnan nga natin.
Hindi ko na alam kung anong announcement kung may alas 5 yun I remember, alas 5. Ano ba mga pronouncements na Boris Johnson.
Kung mga announcement tayo.
Mm-hmm.
Hindi ko na kasi straight away, ako, prepare mo. I think wala pa naman. Wala pang, I don't know kung nandun pa rin sila, but sinasabi lang na new record tayo, 189,213 new cases or 4 days ago pa ata to. Tingnan natin kung Boris Johnson.
To make announcement, pero what time? Pero puro ano, lumalabas lang na may announcement.
Plan B daw
Tingnan sa BBC.
tayo.
Ha?
Plan B, no new lockdown. We have to ride it out. No new lockdown. Ang sabi ni PM, we have to ride out Omicron virus. So, yan ang
Okay. Cases top 200,000, no? So, okay. Critical incidents. Pero wala pa, no? There's a good chance further restrictions won't be needed. Which is
yeah,
good.
it seems like
So-
we're just gonna have to hang tight sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin at mga frontliners natin na kababayan kasi may mga kaibigan po ko na nasa NHS na
Oo.
alam ko ano sila talagang hardworking, very hardworking. Saludo po kami sa inyong lahat. Mag-iingat po kayo. So yeah.
Ingat, no?
Okay, si Ma'am Florita. It was done in a school, attorney. Lagi may squad session sila noon before COVID. Wow! I'd like to know more
Okay.
about this. Nakakatawa naman. That's good.
Taekwondo. Ano siya, black belt, Filipino. So,
Galing.
malay mo, biglang pumasok sa Olympic team yan, di ba?
Sana nga.
Pinoy, di ba?
Sana nga.
Meron pa bang ambition sa floor si, pumasok si Ben? Kasi pagkakala ko last time, she mentioned that Ben is now studying sa uni sa Kingston University. Tama nga ba yung pagkakarinig ko, Flor? Mabuhay. Give my regards to Archie, ha? Si Archie, kamusta na? Yan yung
Well done,
mag-asawa,
Ben and OHP.
Magandang combination yan, ha? Si Archie Ilocano, si Flor, ano tawag dito? Bisaya. Tapos, Bisaya, oh. Tapos yung bahay niya, yung place niya, ano yan yun ang pinupuntahan ng yung mga viewers, yung mga listeners natin na sa show. Doon sila nagkukumpol, mapa abroad, mapa UK. So, si Flor ang pinakatambayan. So, yes. Okay, uy, Rufino Obano na.
Dito na po, Pinoy Trackers dito sa Europe. Taga Bicol, PH. Taga Bicol si Rufino. Naalala mo na, Mr. Lara, mga Pinoy Trackers.
Hindi, mga trackers to.
Republic.
They drive all over Europe eh. Minsan nasa
That's
Denmark
right.
sila, minsan nasa Poland sila. Nasaan ka ngayon habang nanonood ka? Nasa
Czech
watching from
Republic
Czech
daw.
Republic, Pinoy Trackers.
Republic.
Hello po sa lahat. Mabuhay kayo, no?
Okay.
Oo, si Remy ba? Sino yung isang natin?
Si
Direct
Ludi
yung
Samson.
si Ludi Samson, tama ka. Alam mo, attorney, ha? Si Ludi, oo, di ba? Nagtataka tayo. Ang pangalan, Ludi, yung pala, no? Ay nga, so, nasaan siya?
Bicol, Quezon yata po pinagwalaan yun. Yung mga...
Quezon Province? Kasi magkadikit halos din yata yan, di ba?
Okay.
Quezon Province and Bicol, tama nga ba? At meron
Sila
silang nakakatakot na parang kalsada dyan na bitukang manok yata kung tawagin nila na maraming namamatay na nahuhulog. Yeah.
Ingat, Rufino ha. Ingat
Ingat,
sa pag-drive. Ingat sa COVID. Keep safe parate. And salamat sa mga Pinoy trackers. Nakakatawa.
Ayan,
Always kayong safe. At salamat sa inyong sa inyong pakikinig. That's really good.
Alam mo, curious din ako dyan sa mga Pinoy trackers na yan dito sa Europe, because imagine mo yan, mga Pilipino, they're yun nga, mga hauling sila, no? Nagdadala sila ng mga goods, no? All over Europe, no? Sa mainland. So, mabuhay, ingat kayo, ha?
Mahirap po, ha? Masipag talagang Pilipino kasi, di ba? I think ikaw yung nagkwento na for hours yan, doon ka titira sa sa parang doon sa sa lorry na tinatawag, talagang long drive. So ingat.
Sometimes they would call us from Denmark, ha? Nasa Denmark sila, minsan may message sa atin, no? So, yes.
Ang lesson natin this year, pag na-interrupt yung industriya nila, talagang magkakaroon ng problema nung petrol, di ba? Yung petrol crisis natin earlier this year dahil nagkulang ang mga lorry drivers dito sa UK. Ay naku, may mga nagbibilangan yung mga katrabaho ko kung ilan na lang, literal na binibilang nila yung miles per gallon nila.
Yes. So, tama yan, no? Kasi nga, di ba, walang delivery yung mga, di ba, mga lorries, from the depots, no, ng mga oil depots papunta ng So nag-deliver na for a while yata yung army na yata, no? Yung
Yes.
army na ng UK, no? So, but anyway,
Marami
na-resolve na
silang
naman yun. Totoo yan,
talkers.
totoo yan. I experienced that, napakahaba ng pila. Dahil, tapos,
Napakahaba daw po.
tapos pagdating mo doon, umabot ka na sa malapit na, wala na, ubos
Wala
na. Kasama ng loob.
Ano, may
pagbilang ka ng mahaba.
nag-aaway, di ba? May machete pa ata yung isang, may samurai ata yung isa dun na nakuna ng BBC. But, yan naayos din, although it was very concerning. And dun mo talaga may isip kung ano yung value ng mga lorry drivers natin, ng industriya nila, for moving essential goods, anong tawag nila, food and mga pagkain, petrol, and all of that. So yung logistics na industry. So maraming salamat sa mga truckers natin.
Yes,
Nakakatawa
yes.
na sila, nag-tune in sila.
Yes, mabuhay kayo dyan, ha? Si Emily yata, ano yan? Di pa niya
Emily,
alam.
depende sa variant situation dyan. Supposed to be first week of Feb, sana. Yeah, that's right. Sana safe kami dito para welcome ka namin back na maayos ang
Ang worry ko lang, attorney, baka dyan na rin siya uli mag-celebrate ng Christmas na lang. Baka hindi ka na bumalik, no? Gusto mo na ba bumalik o gusto mo na lang dyan? Kasi ang nangyari yata, 1 month yata, and then they had it extended, yung anak yata niya, extend yata. So, for another 3 months ba? O how many months? Pero, yeah, enjoy.
Safe siya dun. So, much better kasi sa number of cases natin dito. So, I don't know kung boosted na si Ma'am Emily Rafael. I hope she is. But when you come back here, I hope maayos na.
Maayos na. Ang tanong ko lang baka hindi pag uwi niya, wala na siyang gamit?
Hindi. Ano yan? Bantayan, for sure. Bantayan. Sige. Wala yan. Tagal na.
Tagal na. Baka sabi ng mga magnanakaw naku, matagal na sitong nakatira dito. Pwede na natin pasukin to. Nanonood sa atin, no? Sabi ka nun, nanonood kami sa show.
Wala siya.
Wala siya.
Nakabalik na.
Hindi, ano lang ito. Kunyari lang, nagkukunwari lang ko nito, pero nakauwi na, no? Okay, sino to? Lady Grace Legaspi Damines.
Hello to all. Nakakatawa, positive naman. Hello to all.
Hello, yes.
And Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Lady Grace. Tagasan ka? Tagasan ka po.
Tagasan ka, Lady Grace. Let us know, no?
Thanks po. Nagpapasalamat si Rufino Ubana. Lady Grace. Ayun, si Florida. Yes, Sir Sonny, 2020, dapat meron silang tournament sa Holland. Wow! Na-cancel because of COVID. 2019, nakakuha ng bronze sa Holland Cup. Ngayon, studies ang priority. He is studying mechanical engineer sa Kingston.
Gusto mo maging mechanical engineer? Okay, wow. A bronze medalist pala sa taekwondo tournaments yan, no?
Very proud of you.
Si Ben.
Nakakatuwa yung mga ganyan.
Yan ang photo ni Ben. Actually, yung nakikita mong profile picture, yan si Ben, no?
Ayun.
Yung profile picture. Unico Iho. One and only son, no?
Nakakatuwa naman. Ayan.
Teka
Taga-Ormoc at Cagayan de Oro. Wow! Anong oras dyan?
Nandun ka, diyan ka nanonood ngayon nasa ka ngayon nanonood. Ikaw ba'y nasa taga-Ormoc, hindi pwedeng dalawa yung sabay ka at the same two places at the same time, di ba? So, asa ka na? Dito ka ba sa Europe o nasa Pilipinas ka? Lady Grace Legaspi, no? Kasi Ormoc is Leyte. Cagayan de Oro is Misamis Oriental, di ba?
That's right.
Nasaan
ka ba?
Si Rufino.
Ayun, si Rufino. Yeah. Nakakalungkot lang po sa atin sa Pinas, ginagawa pang palabigasan ng pulis at enforcers, mga trackers.
Totoo yan.
Diba sa atin, sana dito, okay. Dito, sana Rufino, mas maayos.
Sa Europe ba may ganyan situation, Rufino? Wala na, walang ganyan, no? Walang ganyan situation, no? Oo.
Naku, controversial ito. Hindi ko wala siya sa 7.
Oo nga, oo.
Akala ko alas 10 ng umaga nanonood sa Cagayan de Oro.
Nasa 7 Oaks pala siya. Sino taga Ormoc? Sino taga Cagayan de Oro? Tatay mo ba taga Cagayan de Oro? Mama mo na taga Ormoc, no? Dahil
Ormoc,
Leyte yun eh.
Leyte.
Tsaka Misamis Oriental.
That's
Oriental
right.
ba? Occidental? Ano ba ang...
Saan ba yan?
Misamis Oriental lang ano pala, Cagayan de Oro. Kasi alam ko Miss Or eh. Pag sinasabi
Miss
ng Miss
Or.
Or, Miss
Miss
Oriental.
Or. Lady Grace, welcome to the show. At
Welcome to the
7
show.
Oh, yeah.
Ayan,
Welcome to
oo.
the show.
Yun na ba muna, ano ba last nating pagbate? So, muna.
Si Lady Grace at si
Lady Grace,
Rufino.
mabuhay. Sino? Rudy Libro. Happy
Si
New
Rudy
Year.
is just saying Happy New Year. Si
Oo.
Mia, madaming mga ano ngayon eh. May mga recording eh. May mga
Yes.
nakakatawa.
Hopefully, makalabas yan ay parang lady, parang female Ed Sheeran sana, no?
Ayun.
Ayan, oo. Mabuhay, Mama CDO, Papa Ormoc City.
Ormoc.
Ormoc, Leyte.
Kaya pala.
Ayun. Kaya pala dalawa eh.
Ayun.
Cagayan de Oro. Naku, madalas ako dyan sa Cagayan de Oro. Taga Cagayan de Oro si Sol eh.
Nga. Yeah. That's right.
Diyan naging mayor si Aquilino Pimentel Jr., no? Yung Nene Pimentel na namatay na, yung si Senator Pimentel who passed away last year lang, di ba? He passed away. Sino to?
Yeah. Si Ma'am Emeline, may bansi ako doon. No worries. Takot akong bumalik pa dyan dahil sa daming cases ngayon. Mahirap na. Baka ma-extend ang anak ko for my stay dito. Okay naman ako dito. Mag-extend daw. Oh, that's good. I think kung saan ka safe, Emeline, doon ka. Doon ka kung saan ka safe.
Kung saan ka safe at kung saan ka tumatanggap na medalya pag tumatakbo, doon ka.
Ayun, kasi dito walang medalya. Pero pag pag maayos na, gawa tayo fun run.
Ayun,
Tapos,
fun run.
Imbitahan natin. Tapos si Oliver dadalhin ko sa laptop.
Mapanoorin natin sa
Video
laptop.
ko sa telepono.
Ayan.
Video ko natin. Dalhin natin si Oliver sa fun
Maganda
run.
yun. Let's Kaya lang, ang problema, nahihiya ako dahil pagka ako hindi ako marunong tumakbo, baka mamaya pagkasabay kong tumakbo si Emeline di ba? Yung pala, naglalakad na lang ako. Naglalakad na lang ako. So, Uy, Rufino
Ayan.
ba?
Maganda po dito. Laki respeto sa mga truckers. Yeah, malaki talaga respeto dito. Kaya dahil, kumbaga, pundasyon ng mga logistics sa mga truckers dito. So,
At saka nasa Europa ka no? So, maayos siguro, maski paano, di ba?
That's right.
They really respect yung mga truckers. Ano ibig sabihin na PPH?
Baka
Maganda
lang.
po, baka POH POH siguro.
Baka
Maganda po dito, laki respeto sa mga truckers. Mabuhay, Rufino, ha? Ingat-ingat lang, ha? Baka naman nanonood ka sa amin kasi nag-drive ka. Wag naman. Siguro kung naka-stop ka, okay lang yan. So,
Baka nagpapahinga.
Oo. So, mabuhay. Baka gusto mo, batiin mo yung mga... Kung may misis ka, may gusto kang batiin, pabatiin mo rin later on mamaya bago na tayo matapos sa show, batiin natin. Kasi magkano tayo, we're gonna be going to our topic for tonight, but we're gonna have a short break. Yung topic natin, yung jargon buster, no, ni attorney. May mga acronyms, may mga terms, at matrimonial proceedings ang pag-uusapan. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna have a short break. Huwag ko kayo aalis. Kami po ni Attorney DANNA Quinto para po sa Legal Advice Corner ay magbabalik. Saglit po lamang.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O, ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
%100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
May problema ka ba sa landlord mo? Baka AV ka na ni Kuya. May problema sa mga kapitbahay, sa trabaho. O kaya naman kay Mister o kay Mrs. Away tungkol sa mala, mga may utang, mga aksidente, daing o laban sa ospital or sa NHS, harassment, o baka naman may stalker ka na gusto mong ireklamo. Punta na sa DV Solicitors para matulungan ka pagdating sa mga litigations at iba pang mga legal concerns. DV Solicitors at 2nd floor, Howard House, St. John Street, Bedford, MK42 0DJ. Tumawag sa 01234-350-244 or 01234-225-188 o kaya naman mag-email sa d.quinto@dvsolicitors.com. Visit our website at www.dvsolicitors.com.
Attention sa mga healthcare personnel, ikaw ba ay naghahanap ng trabaho sa healthcare na may magandang sahod, flexible na shift at mahusay na working conditions? Kung oo ang sagot mo, KNR Care ang bahala sa iyo. Kami ay kasalukuyang naghahanap ng mga general nurses, specialist nurses, healthcare assistants, support workers at mga carers. Makipag-ugnayan sa amin ngayon para sa agarang pagsisimula, alamin ang iba't ibang opportunities sa KNR Care dito sa Greater London area. Tumawag sa 0208-154-3009 o mag-email sa info@krcare.co.uk. KNR Care, okay to, kabayan!
Tapos yan niluluto mo Meron pa. Paborito ko yan.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy ho tayo sa ating palatuntunan, no? Dito ho sa Legal Advice Corner. Ako po si SONNY LARAGAN, no? Dito po sa ating sa Filipino TV Europe. Okay, teka muna. Good evening once again, attorney. Good evening once again sa iyo. Magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi. Si Direk Pao ata dun sa KNR. Voice ba ni Direk Pao yun? It sounded very familiar.
Yes. Yung KNR. Oo nga, tawagan ho ninyo yung number. Parinig natin saglit. Direk, kaya mo ba i-play lang yun?
Ayun, isang vlog naman sa mga
para marinig natin yung alam mo ba yung pamilya ni Direk, lahat, no? Sa World Remit, boses ng mami niya yung sa isang di ba? Naparinig ko na yata last time.
That's right.
Tama?
Yes.
Tapos yung kuya niya. Ito, parinig ka. Ito, kay Direk, pakinggan ho natin. Yan.
Attention sa mga healthcare personnel, ikaw ba ay naghahanap ng trabaho sa healthcare na may magandang sahod, flexible na shift at mahusay na working conditions? Kung oo ang sagot mo, KNR Care ang bahala sa iyo. Kami ay kasalukuyang naghahanap ng mga general nurses, specialist nurses, healthcare assistants, support workers at mga carers. Makipag-ugnayan sa amin ngayon para sa agarang pagsisimula, alamin ang iba't ibang opportunities sa KNR Care dito sa Greater London area. Tumawag sa 0208-154-3009 o mag-email sa info@krcare.co.uk. KNR Care, okay to, kabayan!
Ayan. Yan. So, yan. Si
Galing.
Direk Pao, no? Ang galing.
Very talented yung direct
Ayan.
namin. Flex ko lang yung direct namin. All around yan.
Ayan.
Well done, Direk. Nakaka-proud
Well done, Direk. Well done. Well, bago tayo pumunta sa topic, Direk, may isa, attorney, meron si attorney na. Meron mga pagbati dito, pahabol lang muna bago tayo salamat po sa support from Mia.
Thank you, Mia. Hello.
Ayan, Ito yung kaibigan natin, yung author ng Happy Tuesday, no? Ayan, si Edgardo Pagasan Enriquez.
Edgardo, nasan ka ba? Mamaya, after sabihin mo ha ako nasan ka. Where are you reporting from? From bahay or from tube? Ayan.
Ayan. Yan, si Edgardo, no? Tapos, ito, may mga taga-Sari. Sino ba to? Hi,
Watching from
Nanette, watching from
Nanette,
Sari. Hi, watching from Sari, no? Ayun.
hello po,
Hello,
Miss
hello.
Nanette.
Rolando
Rolando
de
de
Guzman.
Guzman. Hi po,
Hi po,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Hi po,
Okay.
sir. Hello po, sir.
Alright. Okay.
Naku, nakakagutom
Ah.
naman. Ano niluluto mo, mga Rufino? Mamaya pa, nagutom ako bigla.
Nagutom ako, attorney. Hindi na, alam mo, I lost a few, siguro a few pounds ngayon. So nakakatawa naman.
Holiday ka nag-lose ng few pounds.
And,
Wow.
I don't know. When I was looking at my face sa salamin, attorney, parang nag-impish yung mukha ko eh. Yung parang
Naku.
lumalim. Oo. Alam mo
Ano
kung bakit?
diet yan, Mr. Laragan?
Diet,
Bakit?
oo. Puro fruits lang kinakain ko nung past 2 days eh. Ang bilis.
Okay.
Ang bilis. So, kasi meron ako yung Nutri-Bullet ba yun? Nutri-Bullet.
Ayan, NutriBullet. Yeah.
May isa kami ngayon, yung Brenville ba yun? Brenville.
Yeah, Breville siguro. Yeah,
Breville,
yeah.
oo. Pero kay Sol yun. Yung Nutri-Bullet para sa akin yun eh.
Ayan.
So, yun,
Watching
puro ako.
from Coronadal, si Dinalyn is from Coronadal is where I grew up. Dinalyn,
Oh,
hello.
Dinalyn.
Thank you, thank
Ay,
you.
hindi mo kilala to? Hindi mo kilala to si...
Ras na dira, Dinalyn.
Kilala mo si Dinalyn, attorney? Kilala
Hindi
mo yan?
ko personally, but I think, I don't know kung school.
Pero from your same school eh, no? Same school, from same place. Same place, Coronadal City.
Ngayong aga, darating mo.
City na ba ang Coronadal? City na?
Coronadal po. At andun ako na naging city yan. Dahil si President Joseph Estrada then ang
matagal na pala.
And it was such a big occasion, Mr. Laragan.
Tagal na pala.
Dahil bago lang. It was very, very momentous. Kasi maliit lang kami noon. And pinuntahan kami ng presidente.
Wow,
President
wow.
Joseph Estrada. As well as
Kasi-
GMA. Napunta si GMA doon.
Siya ang vice president noon eh, di ba? So,
When she was president, she came there as well, I think.
they would definitely be there because it's the cityhood ng isang place din, di ba? Naging city na eh. So,
I saw
mabuhay.
his hand. I saw his
So-
hand kasi nandun ako sa labas ng, naalala ko exactly when. Nandun ako sa labas ng school ko. And syempre excited kami, di ba? Makita presidente, whether or not pro-Arab ka or hindi, presidente pa rin siya. Nilabas niya yung kamay niya lang nilabas.
Good. At least kumbaga maganda ang iyong position, no? Very,
maganda yung position. Maliit lang naman po yung corona. Maliit lang po yung
hindi ko pa napuntahan. Gusto ko puntahan yan. Pag nauwi kami ng Jensen, we'll drive. Have you been from Coronadal to Jensen, attorney? Have you tried traveling? Gano'ng katagal yan by bus? Bus ba o kotse? Paano
1 hour. 1 hour. Sa mga
Malapit
normal na
lang.
maneho.
Malapit lang pala. So kasi we were on our direction namin papunta Coronadal, kaya lang hindi kami nagtagal doon eh. Hindi kami nagdumiretso. But next time, sige, pupunta. Yes po, schoolmate po tayo sa Siena School.
Siena, mga ka-Siena, Notre Dame, Siena School of Marvel.
Okay.
Aga, sa inyo mo dira. Ay, tani.
Mabuhay Mabuhay.
Tanay tapag puli ko.
Anong oras ba nga? Mag-7 would be 3:00 ng madaling araw, Oo. Ayan, mabuhay ka, Dinalyn.
Yeah.
Edgardo Cagastian Enriquez, working from home, Attorney Dana. So, sinagot
Well,
niya.
working.
Oh,
Staying
okay.
safe. Stay safe, Edgardo, ha? Bawal ka magkasakit dahil mahal ka namin. Mahal ka
At
namin.
hindi lang si Edgardo, lahat ng
Lahat po,
mga viewers natin, ng pamilyang Legal Advice Corner, yan. Sabi, LAC.
Maganda po welfare check natin, yung chine-check natin kung okay yung mga kababayan natin. Parang may roll call kung okay lang ba kayo.
Yes. Ang na-miss ko lang si Edgar Duway, wala pang pagbati, no?
Asa ba si Edgar?
Hintayin lang natin, mamaya baka lang bumati lang yan.
Mamaya, baka
Baka nasa work, baka on the way pa sa work.
Baka nasa
Okay,
work
in
niya.
the meantime, ito na yung jargon buster, yung ating topic for tonight, matrimonial proceedings. Sige, attorney, take it away.
Magtrabaho daw muna ako, no? In the meantime, welcome back to the more serious part of the show. The topic today is, as we said, jargon buster. And the mga commonly used terms and phrases sa matrimonial proceedings or finance in particular. So finance, hatian sa pera. Kumbaga, as I've said earlier, January is quite a popular month for divorce dahil ang sabi nila, as after being locked down before pandemic, being in the vicinity of each other in very close spaces at walang trabaho, andun na kayo sa bahay for 2 to 3 weeks, that's the Christmas effect sa mga relationships. Either it makes it better, or kung andun ka na sa edge, minsan dun na ang ending. And we get to experience the most inquiries before COVID, first week of January. But that changed a little bit. Quite sad kasi ito yung isa sa mga pinag-uusapan namin abogado na very, very clear na epekto ng COVID-19 throughout the lockdown or shortly after the lockdown. Doon mo na feel na ang dami-daming nagtatanong, ang daming nagsasabi na they need a divorce. They had some reflection period ng lockdown, and they felt na this is not something that they can do any longer. So if you're in such a position, our job is to get you to a better position na maka-move on na kayo at yung kabilang partido din. As I've always said, tatlo ang areas na kailangan solbahin. The first one is the children. We talked about jargon buster a couple of weeks ago in children proceedings. The second one is the formality of getting divorced, which is fairly easy. We can talk about jargon busters there, but not a lot. Hindi ganun kadami. The third one, which is always more complicated, pinaka nakakasakit ng ulo, pinaka source ng lahat ng mga concerns and anxiety ng tao, ang hatian sa pera at ari-arian when you reach a divorce or when you reach a separation situation or a divorce situation. So here we go. Without further ado, these are just the commonly used terms. Hindi ito yung kompletong listahan po. Depende sa situation nyo, you may have something special in terms of your terms and yung mga terms and phrases nyo, but these are common things that you will hear from us. Starting off with the favorite of everyone, Form E. Ano ba yung sinasabi ni attorney? Pag consultation, primary consultation, ano ba yung form? May Form A, B, C, D, E ba? O Form E lang yung parating yung sinasabi? Well, there is a Form A. I should have probably started with Form A. Alphabetical siguro dapat. Form A is very simple. You probably won't hear it a lot. Form A is yun lang yung finifill up ng abogado mo pag gusto nyo nang i-start yung official court proceedings sa finance side ng divorce. That's Form A. It's a formality, kumbaga. That's not much to do in there. So, isipin mo lang, pag Form A, as in apple, that's pretty much just starting it like A as alpha, yun ang umpisa. Form E, as in E as in echo or elephant, this is where it gets most interesting. It's 27 pages long. Napakahaba, parang thesis, ano? This pretty much asks about all your financial information. Ikaw applicant ka man o respondent ka, tatanungin ka ano yung assets mo, property. Tatanungin ka ilan yung bank statements mo at mag-provide ka daw ng 12 months bank statements. Tatanungin ka kung ano yung liabilities mo, loans, etc., credit cards, and all of that. Tatanungin ka kung may pinautang ka. You will be asked if you have any savings, any bonds, ISA dito sa UK. You will also be asked kung may pension ka at kung magkano ang value ng pension mo. You will be asked, I said property, you will be asked about your property and value ng property mo here and in the UK, and outside the UK rather. Tatanungin ka kung ano yung income mo, and if it's going to change in the next 12 months, including kung ano yung bonus mo. Tatanungin ka kung may business ka and kung ano yung valuation ng business mo. So mind you, not just kung ano yung cash flow ng business mo or yung accounts, profit and loss, not just yung profit, although you have to add that yung accounts mo, last 2 years, I think, of accounts at the back. but tatanong ka kung ano yung value, and you may have to get an accountant's report on that. Marami tayong may mga accountants tayo na viewers, so they probably are going to be quite interested in that. I work with accountants and other professionals in some of my in my financial cases dahil it involves a fair bit of math. Yun ang interesting if you're a possible legal student, law student, if you're looking at an area. Family law involves a lot of figures. That's Form E. Lahat tatanungin sa'yo yan. Ano yung budget mo? So we have a monthly budget, which future and now current budget. And tatanungin ka if there's any other information, any other trust instruments, you've heard of trust fund babies, that you may potentially be in receipt of. Tatanungin ka pretty much everything about your finances. What we call it, the objective of that is full and frank financial disclosure. So yun ang for me, ito ang pinakasentro na dokumento ng isang divorce proceedings, the financial side of the divorce proceedings. At the end of that form is around about 25th to 26th page, kailangan ka mag-sign ng statement of truth na totoo ang lahat ng dinesclose mo sa Form E na yan. And if you're caught lying later on, it could potentially be a contempt of court. So it's a very important document. Yun ang dokumento na isuscrutinize ng mga abogado, both sides, not just the Form E itself, but kung ano yung mga nilagay mo na supporting documents doon. So to start off, that's Form E. So pag narinig mo kung sinasabi ko sa iyo or ina-advise ko sa iyo, oh no, we have to fill up and I will tell the next commonly used term, exchange Form E with the other side bago kita mabigyan ng advice. Yun ang ibig ko sabihin. Kailangan ko ng impormasyon. Kailangan ko ng financial information ng parehong partido. Now, I gave a hint dun sa next na jargon natin. This is very legal. Matutuwa si Mr. Laragan nito kasi gusto niya yung mga weird and wonderful na mga terms namin sa law. We call it exchange. Ano ba yan, Dana? Ano yung pinag-exchange mo? Santa Claus gives Kris Kringle ba yan? What is it? Why do you call it exchange? Sa madaling salita, kaliwaan. So may ganun po kami. So we have an exchange procedure. So when I say exchange, all that means is literal na set kami ng time. We will set the date first. So say for example, I'm set to exchange documents, normally Form E ang ina-exchange namin para walang mauuna o walang magkakaroon ng advance information. That's the objective of that, na it's on an equal footing. So sasabihin ako, exchange, ang order ng korte is you have to exchange on 7th of January, which is on Friday. Kumbaga, example. If that's the case, we will prepare yung Form E ahead of time. And on 7th of January, morning pa lang siguro, I will email yung kabilang partida. Sasabihin ko, ready na ako mag-exchange. What time mo gusto? What time do you want to do a mutual exchange of Form E? So sasabihin ko, 12 noon, can we do it on 12 noon? Exactly on 12 noon, I will send my Form E via email, and I will expect the other side to send it at 12 noon. So literal, nakaliwaan. Very quite interesting. We do that kung voluntary, sabi minsan, no, pag sinabi lang ba yan ng korte, no, we can do it. We can arrange it, kumbaga, out of court na negotiation. We can still do an exchange para mas klaro at mas fair kung ano at kailan tayo mag-exchange ng dokumento. Next thing, again, this is a usual term namin, file and serve. Ano ba yung parati kong naririnig kay Dana? Kailangan niya daw i-file and serve. File and serve. Two different activity. File is always pag sinubmit mo sa korte, that's filing. Service is pag sinerve mo sa kabila. So that's what it's meant by file and serve. So pag meron kayo, if you're in a matrimonial proceedings, if you check your orders, you will see this, that the applicant must file by 4 p.m. on 7th of January 2022 the following documents. And then the same by the same date, he or she must serve on the other side the following documents. So file, korte, serve sa kabila. Okay? Now next is FDA. Parang ano, no? Parang pharmaceutical FDA. Ito ba about some drugs? No, it isn't. This is what we call first directions appointment. Pretty much yung first hearing nyo as a divorce proceedings, after you have exchanged Form E and you filed and served questionnaires. So questionnaires are questions. I didn't include it kasi straightforward yung definition niya. Questions about each other's disclosure. Once you've gone through all those preliminary documents, haharap kayo sa korte and you will tell the court kung ano ang issue. Ano pa ang issue sa ebidensya nyo. What else do you need? Kung may debate ba kayo about the questions that you're asking, and if there are any issues in terms of the case bago kayo pumunta sa next na hearing, which is what we call, but bago dyan, magbibigay ang korte ng directions. So the court, every hearing, of course it gives orders. So orders, nandun ang directions. Directions are pretty much to-do list. Directions is, as the name suggests, these are the directions. The court directs you to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are directions. If you hear that, what are our directions? It's pretty much what did the court tell you to do? From this hearing to the next hearing, ano yung mga assignment nyo as a party from that hearing to the next hearing? I've spoken about this earlier, valuation. Sabi ko sa'yo, ano nga ba yung nasa nakalagay sa Form E? Sabi ni DANNA, kailangan natin ilagay yung buong financial soul natin, ano yung nakalagay doon, including valuation. As the term suggests, it is the value of a certain property. Kung bahay man yan, you call the estate agent if you're in the UK ang nagva-value dito, and sometimes, most often than not, libre ang valuation dito ng mga estate agent. If it is something a bit more complicated, like a business, tawagan nyo ang inyong accountant. As I've said, may mga Filipino accountants. Not all accountants do valuation. If wala kayong kilalang accountant, we can signpost you to people, to independent accounting firms that we've used before for valuation. But normally, it's better to use an accountant na alam yung negosyo, depende sa business. May mga businesses na yung industriya nila, yung may isang account, a certain accountant would have that particular knowledge of that industry. So valuation property, just meaning ano yung value ng business, ano yung value ng property, ano yung value ng asset. That's valuation. Financial disclosures, again, that is the next jargon. Financial disclosures, although it is not so much as jargon, it's more of a term that we always use in financial proceedings. Financial disclosures, as it suggests, is kung ano yung ibibigay mo na dokumento or impormasyon sa korte at sa kabilang partido. Yun ang isasubmit mo, or file and serve. You will be required, ordered under a directions to serve at first yung preliminary, yung Form E mo sa una. And then after every hearing, and mostly kung may FDR kayo, when you go to the next, I will tell you what an FDR is. So the first hearing is FDA. Bigyan kayo ng directions to go to the next hearing. Bago pa kayo pumunta sa next hearing, ask kayo, i-update nyo ang impormasyon nyo. So it sounds quite complicated, but in concept, it's very simple. if you're making a big decision, or if you're asking the court to make a big decision about your life savings, your pension, your income, your financial position, your financial situation, which will impact your life for a very, very long time. Unang-una, kailangan malaman lahat. At pangalawa, kailangan updated. Hindi lang malaman at the start, but every hearing na importante yung impormasyon na yon, it must be updated. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan nyo i-update. Dagdagan nyo, kunin nyo yung bank statements nyo, or if kailangan i-update yung mga values, you have to update. That's really the concept of those disclosures. Kailangan alam mo kung ano yung lay your cards on the table, and it needs to be full, it needs to be frank, it needs to be updated. So that's the reason why meron tayong mga ganitong terms. Now, I mentioned it. What is FDR? Ano ba yung hearing na yan, Dana? So normally, in very simple, you have 3 hearings. I wish gano'n ka-simple sa totoong buhay, but actually nagre-repeat yung mga hearings. But the most basic is an FDA, or a directions hearing, a first directions appointment hearing, an FDR, or a financial dispute resolution hearing, which is pretty much like a settlement hearing. And then kung hindi kayo magsasettle doon, you're gonna go to a final hearing. In reality, minsan nagkakaroon ng dalawang directions, dalawang FDR, pero most of the time, isa lang yung final hearing unless na-cancel due to COVID or for whatever reasons na maka-cancel o mapopostpone siya. But yun yung skeleton. You go first, you see what's happening, you try to settle, pag hindi nag-settle, you go to a final hearing. That's the main concept of it. Now, I'm gonna speak a little bit about yung mga terms then na nakikita or naririnig mo about matrimonial assets. Redemption figure. This is something na minsan nakukonfuse sa mga clients ko whether Pinoy or hindi. Redemption figure, if you have a mortgage, ito yung utang mo sa bangko. That's the redemption figure. Magkano pa ang utang mo sa bangko? It's also a mortgage statement. Other term for that, or other term for where you can get it, is from your mortgage statement. This is kind of special. This is CETV. What is that? Ano ba yan? Yan ba ay Channel Europe TV Philippines? No, it isn't. CETV is if you have a pension, that is a cash equivalent transfer value. The best thing to do is ask your pension people, or your lawyer will ask them for you, for what is your CETV. Yan yung, as the name suggests, that's the value of your pension. Yun ang kailangan ng korte alamin. And that's a very important and one of, medyo unique sa proceedings na to. You will hear this as well. Section 25 statement, or Section 25 factors. Unahin muna natin yung Section 25 factors. What is that? Ano ba to? Anong concept ng Section 25 na to? Bakit binitin ka Section 25 lang? Section 25 ng ano? The norm is, we just call it Section 25 dahil napakahaba po ng kompletong pangalan niya. That's Section 25 of the Matrimonial Causes Act 1973, which is the piece of legislation na gagamitin ng judge when they review your case or when they decide upon your case. It's very interesting. If you're, it's quite a sturdy piece of legislation. Kasi nagtagal siya 1973, and it's still there. It's still good law. That is it. Enumerates, that's the word, enumerates the factors na kailangan i-consider ng judge, including resources, present and future of both parties, including liabilities and responsibilities, including standard of living, including the length of marriage, and then ito yung magic word ito yung parang all of the above, or etc., nila, including all other considerations relevant to the case. So, if your lawyer says to you, according to Section 25 factors, ito ang likely na mangyayari sa case mo. What they're simply doing is trying to read your case as how a judge would read it, and would go through the factors listed by the Matrimonial Causes Act to give you good advice kung ano yung possible settlement or possible outcome ng isang kaso. And from that, ganon ginawa yung Form E. Doon ang basehan ng Form E. If you look at Form E, yun ang mga impormasyon na kinukuha actually ng form na yun. And that's also the reason why meron tayong Section 25 statement. So if you didn't settle it, the FTR, yung middle na hearing, at kailangan nyo talaga magkaroon ng final hearing, the judge will tell you or will tell your lawyer via directions na you have to file and serve. We're using now the jargon. You have to send to the court and serve to the other side your Section 25 statement. Basically, paano nag-a-apply yung Section 25 na factors na yon sa kaso mo. So you have to set out your case pretty much. That's one of my favorite statements in all of law. It's very, very, it encapsulates the case very well. It gives you, pag binasa mo yung Section 25 ng isang partido, you pretty much should have an idea kung bakit yung sinasabi, or I want more, or the other side does not need more or needs less than what I need in terms of this proceeding. So pag nagkahatian ng ari-arian sa divorce, dito mababasahin kung ano yung position ng bawat partida. So that's what we call Section 25 statement. Now, hopefully pa rin nag-compromise kayo, nag-settle kayo. That's always, a good scenario. That's always a good outcome. Kasi instead of having someone decide for you, both parties decide from themselves. What do they need to do? We'll go to our next jargon buster. Ito yung sinasabi naming consent order. So, yung settlement nyo, yung napag-usapan nyo, yung napagkasunduan nyo, lawyers would have to draft it in a consent order format. Ito yung format na nire-require ng korte, and we call it consent order. So you may hear of this term if you are in proceedings and the judge says, this is, if you do decide to agree, I must have the consent order. So that's it. Yan yung settlement agreement. We don't call it a settlement agreement in divorce or matrimonial proceedings. We call it a consent order. Kung mag-aatian kayo ng pension, may special extra kayo na dokumento. Meron kayong bonus document. We call it a pension sharing order. Sometimes we call it by the acronym PSO. So yeah, less so with maybe PSO. Siguro quite often used, but not kasi madaming nakakalimot kung ano yung madaming nakukonfuse na kliyente. PSO din. So it's a pension sharing order. It's a bonus document, additional document if you are going to share or if you are going to transfer one pension, a share of a pension to another person. Dahil you can't just do that without a court order. Now, kung may consent order kayo, lahat ng consent order, if you want a clean break, if you want a clean break, that's another jargon. A clean break is tapos na. Tapos na. Wala kayong babalikan pa sa isa't isa. You need a certain provision dun sa consent order nyo na sinasabi talaga na clean break kayo. Now, if you have that consent order comes with a requirement, meron kang kailangang i-fill up. And that's what we call D81. D as in Delta, not the variant. 81 as in the number 81. So D81 is a statement of information. Titingnan mo daw na naman to, parang extra na naman. Alam na nga nila yung Form E ko. Pina-update na nga nila ako ng disclosures ko. I have to send all of this. The D81 is simpler. It's about 3-4, depended, I think 6 pages, if I can remember it correctly. But what it has is a table, a little table dyan, na nakalagay ng assets and liabilities nyo. And what it is a snapshot, parang screenshot ng inyong finances. Bakit? Because the judge who's looking at your consent order, halimbawa, nag-settle kayo very early on, hindi nyo kinailangan humarap sa judge, you had pre-court discussion and maayos naman na-settle nyo, and it does happen. Nangyari, Filipinos and non-Filipino clients, and it wasn't expensive. Divorce proceedings, yung matrimony proceedings, it doesn't need to be expensive kung may iwasan, kung kakayanin at kung kaya ng complexity ng sitwasyon. In this situation, the judge would like to have, if you are asking him to approve an order, kailangan niya ng parang screenshot kung ano ba ang mga finances ng pamilya na to, so that he knows where or if this case or this settlement ay reasonable. So may double check pa rin ng judge at the end of the day. Chine-check pa rin nila na walang masyadong naaapakan, kumbaga, o wala masyadong no one's having an unfair settlement. By unfair, hindi naman yan, wala po silang calculator in terms of automatic. It depends on a case. It depends on a case, it depends on a situation. And if we lawyers think na parang, kakaiba tong case na to, baka magtanong ng judge, we would actually give more information sa judge para maintindihan niya na makakapasa ito sa tinatawag naming my final phrase and my most favorite phrase sa buong family proceedings or financial proceedings, which is the yardstick of equality. And the judge would always have to test that. Nakapasa ba to sa yardstick of equality? Doesn't mean 50%. I know equality means you start with 50, but then you adjust. Depende sa situation, depende sa Section 25 factors. But there is that principle of fairness and reasonableness and sharing. So those are, it sounds complicated. In many ways it is. It's very technical. Go get legal advice if you're having some matrimonial issues. But it could also be quite simpler in some sense dahil pag nasa sa inyo ang lahat ng impormasyon at nasa inyo ang intention to find a solution, no matter how hard it is, to find out of the box na mga solution, kung hindi man nahati yung mga ari-arian straight away, you know, there are certain settlement provisions that we can use and we can offer to reach this position. Yun, the yardstick of equality, a consent order na makakapasa sa judge natin. I hope you enjoy that. I'm sorry to talk about divorces the first start of the year, but it's just a facts ng life, and I do hope if you are in that situation that you get to a better situation as soon as you reasonably can. So Happy New Year, everyone, and I hope na na-intriga din kayo sa mga jargon buster natin ngayon.
Yes. Oh, Happy New Year then everybody. Happy New Year. Nako, marami pa lang things that you have to go through pala, no? Form E, yung financial statement, you exchange yung Form E's ninyo, di ba?
Yes,
ito yung mga
right.
listing nyo ng mga whatever, valuation of properties, assets, and then filing and serving, yun nga, nilinaw mo yun, no? You file it, and then when you file, give a copy, serve it, give it to the other party. Ayan.
Exactly. Very good. Very good to underline that. Kasi akala nila, minsan, pag nabigay na sa korte, tapos na. No, you have to file and serve on the other side.
Serve on the other side. And then, merong sa korte, yung mga first directions sa appointment.
That's
ito
right.
Pero financial cases ang pag-uusapan yan, no? Financial
po to. Yeah,
financial
this is
pa
financial.
rin.
We're talking about purely financial to.
Ayan. Financial disclosure, yung kailangan ilista mo yung sa Form E mo, yun ba yun?
Correct. Exactly.
Yung financial disclosure. Tapos meron kang FDR, Financial Dispute Resolution. Ano yung appointment? Is it sa court ba yan? Ano ba yan? Financial Dispute Resolution.
It's just FDR, Final Dispute Resolution. Financial
resolution. FDR, resolution. Okay.
That is a settlement hearing. So
Mm.
you can test, kumbaga, you can test your arguments in front of a judge. And the judge will try to get you both closer to each other. Hindi siya mediator, but he can give what we call indication. Pwede mong, sige nga, judge, pahingi nga ng kumbaga, practice trial. And that judge will never will not do your final trial. Ito lang is for the purpose of settlement. Depende kung nasan yung ebidensya mo, depende kung nasan yung cases at that time. But yun yung middle point, or well, not really middle point, but yun yung normally, yun yung hearing. We expect a lot of cases, yung usual average case sa UK, it should end there. It should end sa FDR. Although, more and more these days, mas nakikita namin na pumupunta sa final hearing for a lot of reasons. Minsan talagang hindi may isang partido hindi makausap o both parties ayaw talagang magkompromiso. But yeah, that's FDR. Maririnig niyo po yan parate kung kayo ay nasa matrimonial financial proceedings.
Attorney, nabanggit mo rin yung redemption figure. This is yung if you will redeem it at bayaran mo na, kunyari kulang pa ng 50 to, kunyari ang property is 800,000, so meron pang balance yung 100,000 sa isa.
Exactly.
Okay, paano yung sinabi tigpa Form E pareho, kung may common property kayo, kamukha nun, meron kayong sariling common property, paano ngayon mahahati yun? Meron bang isa doon kailangang i-buy out yung isa, o do they have to decide to sell it and then their proceeds, then they divide it, pay the bank the remaining yung redemption figure pa, no? Kung kulang pa na 50,000 o 100,000, matanggal na yon, hatiin ba? Usually, sa my experiences mo, what happens to a common property?
Yung common property, it depends sa sitwasyon. Kung may bata na kailangan gamitin yung property as a main home, and normally kung hindi kaya, the first yung pinaka-preferred siguro, kasi ayaw nyo na, syempre most of the time ayaw mo makausap for a very long time yung kabilang partido, ayaw mo maging you don't want to be dealing with them for a while. So ang pinaka-attractive na outcome is to just sell the property and divide it up. When you sell the property, nababayaran automatically yung mortgage. That's how it is here. Now, kung hindi pwede yan, dahil for a number of reasons, either hindi makakuha ng mortgage yung individually, makakakuha lang sila joint, or most of the time may mga anak at kailangan nila nung bahay na yun. It's not good for them to move. Maganda yung school. You don't want that property to be sold. Sometimes we call it, we can offer a deferred na hatian. When the children turns 15 or 18, or when they leave education. So, ang tawag po dyan ay measure order from the case measure. So that's something na nandun sa mga options nyo. Sometimes one person can buy out the other person kung kaya i-remortgage, or kung may savings, sasabihin, magkano yan? When one person buys out the other person at gusto tanggalin sa mortgage, or gusto i-change yung terms, you do need to talk to the bank, by the way. Yun ang isa sa mga sitwasyon na sinasabi namin, kailangan mo muna investigahan yung viability ng i-offer mo. So, as one option, i-remortgage lang sa sole name nung kung sinong titira doon para mabayaran niya yung kabilang partido. And that usually happens kung maliit na lang yung balanse, utang sa bangko. Sasabihin sa bangko, maliit na lang yung balanse namin, and I still have a long employment period to go. Bata pa ako, matagal pa bago retirement, maybe I can remortgage. And that's one thing that you can investigate. If you can inquire sa bangko. May mga kliyente ako, ganun ang ruta na ginamit. So, yun ang mga options. May mga options kayo. In terms of Form E, pareho niya. So yung Form E nyo, Form E mo lang yon. Di mo ilalagay kung ano yung ano ng kabila. Although kung joint property, lalagay mo pa rin yun sa Form E mo. So makikita yon on both Form E. But I think your question is really about ano yung mga solusyon pag ganitong may mga mortgage, may mga utang sa bangko. Sila po muna talaga yung mababayaran. It doesn't change yung contractual arrangement nyo sa kanila. But there are options, as I've said. And yung mga bangko, alam naman nila na nangyayari to. It's still, for them, it's still whether viable yung isang partido to take over the mortgage. And you can have an early conversation with them if you are in that situation.
Okay, no, consent order, final na to, no? And it prevents either party, no, from making a final financial claim later on.
That's the clean break. Clean break. Clean break.
Ano clean break? Yung consent order, clean break ba? Ano clean break ba tawag doon?
Consent order is the general settlement.
Okay. All right.
Clean break, in order for the consent order to hindi na makabalik pa, kailangan mo ng clean break na paragraph doon. Just what it says that this is a
So
clean
kunyari, kung natapos na yun, yung clean break at lahat na yun, no? Let's say 2 days after nanalo ng lottery yung isa, hindi mo na pwedeng habulin talaga, no?
It could be a moot point. Both can argue the same kasi sasabihin, depende kung halimbawa more than enough naman yung kumbaga milyonaryo na kayo to start off and this is just an extra windfall. If sa tingin ko, and this is my personal opinion, it's quite interesting. If yung kabilang partido is before kayo nanalo before ka nanalo ng loto, talagang halos kulang pa yung pinaghatian nyo. If I'm acting for the other side, I will try it. I will try to appeal it. Just so you will rely on the fact na it's almost inequitable to let to not review the case given the new situation. On the other side naman dun sa nanalo na loto, equally pwede niyang sabihin na hindi naman siya nagsinungaling. Wala namang sinister na nangyari. At itong windfall na to ay completely sa kanya at may clean break siya. At according sa rule ng case precedent, clean break na yun, wala nang babalikan. We can still say barter event, if you remember this barter event. We can say this is a really unforeseeable event na it would be inequitable, as I've said, to not consider it. I would, if I'm acting to sa kabila, I would appeal. I would make an application under the border rule.
Okay, so yan pagka after you will make parang you will try it, di ba? Susubukan mo.
You will try it. You will see what you've tried.
Pero kung ang windfall during the pendency of these proceedings na hindi pa natapos, not
pasok
until
yan.
you have the court
Pasok
order, ay pasok automatically, wala nang no? So
Yeah.
bago mo
Mas
mag-court
malaki.
order, clean break and everything, siyempre hindi pa final yun, di ba?
final,
Until it
yeah.
happens, may consent order, may yung clean break, talagang final na. So anything windfall that happens at naalam, kung tinahimik, kunyari one of them nagkaroon ng windfall, tinahimik, and na-discover ng other party afterwards, can that still be? Because we now say that it's final, parang, mahahabol pa rin ba? Nagkaroon, sabi ba, fraud or...
Open up the case, what we call it is, almost contempt of court kasi may duty ka to inform and update the court up until the trial. Dun kasi yun ang factors na ng court, ang figures na gagamitin ng court is the figures at the time of the trial. So if you deceive the court, if you misled the court won't be very, very happy. I won't advise that. The court might, kung hindi man sila kung medyo may simpatsya man sila sa'yo before, baka mawala na completely. So that would be a breach of the duty of disclosure. So if I'm the lawyer for the other side na yung kabilang partido yung hindi nanalo sa loto, you can definitely open up that case.
Is it the duty talaga ng tao na nagkaroon ng windfall na to inform the court or inform the proceedings na nagkaroon siya ng windfall na, no? Duty ba niya?
There is a duty, but there's also orders for updating disclosures. So there will be an updating disclosure
Okay.
shortly before. In-ensure ng korte, normally dun sa directions, may mga updating disclosures as close as possible. And you can potentially say, bakit hindi mo sinabi? You would have changed. You made duty of full and frank disclosure. It would have changed the situation.
Okay. Ang mga ganyan divorce proceedings ba, yan ba it can take time? I mean, situation halimbawa, okay, nagkaroon ng windfall yung sino man, babae o lalaki. Tapos, sabi mo, it's duty nila to update their, di ba, yung Form E's nila, di ba? Kailangan lang i-update yan. Siyempre, yung financial disclosure, no? It goes without saying. Say, for example, lalaki na lang, biglang na-aksidente sa sasakyan, biglang nawala ng memory. Biglang nawala ng memory. Well, I don't know, kung nawala ng memory, will the court, yung case drag on and drag on dahil hihintayin natin maging normal muna yung isang party, di ba?
Or maybe never na siya magiging normal, di ba?
Kung hindi yun lang yung magiging normal. Ano ngayon? So, who will, di ba? Pinag-uusapan ba natin yung dating mga power of lasting power of attorney, mga sinasabi mo dati, yung mga anak-anak, di ba?
Yeah.
Pwede pa ba yung divorce? Matuloy pa ba? O maghintayan? O paano ba?
I mean, kung wala siya if he can't...
wala na siya. Hindi na siya lucid. Hindi na siya, paano?
I mean, it's a question of permanent ba yan? Are we talking about 1 week? Are we talking about 2 weeks? Are we talking about forever? Kasi kung forever, what should probably happen is meron nang mag-a-apply to take over, kumbaga wardship, kung magte-take over sa finances niya. And whoever's going to Court of Protection siguro, the court where we talked about Farida, Farida talked about this, na siya na yung, if he is not able to make decisions, not just divorce, this is just one of many financial decisions that a person would have to make. Someone would have to do it on his behalf. And kung yung tao na yan, and yan ang magiging representative niya, potentially, if the divorce. So, it's a case-to-case basis. Tatanungin mo siguro kung kailan ba to. It's not gonna look very good kung the day after na naka-aksidente yung tao, sinasabi mo na, come on, let's hurry up. But you have to take stock kung ano yung medium term, yung short term, medium term, and long term na situation. And if someone is about to take over that person's affair. And if that's the case, kung talagang ganyan natin, you'll have to be dealing with that person.
Okay, ayan. So, yan ang ating jargon buster, matrimonial proceedings. Baski paano, medyo may naintindi na ho kayo. No? Magbula ho sa Form E, papunta ho ng consent order. No? And may Section 25 pa, dalawa pa statement, tsaka factors. No? Pero at least, maski paano ho, nalalaman nyo yung mga, kala nyo FDA, Food and Drug Administration, hindi ho. First directions appointment yun, yung unang direction appointments. Meron Financial Dispute Resolution. O yung CETV pala, yung sa mga pension, pag sinabing CETV, yung pension yun, no? Yung cash equivalent. Kung sakaling gawing cash na kagad ng pension, magkano at that point in time ang halaga?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Marami, malawak. Kasi maghihiwalay, magkukuha na kayo ng
property,
di ba? Oo. So kasama ho yan. Okay.
If you like math, kung ikaw ay, ang daming nagsasabi na, nag-law ako dahil hindi ko gusto ang math. Actually, madaming math ang law. Family law, to be exact. May mga math rin. And if this is something, although kung hindi mo siya gusto, don't be deterred as well. Huwag ka din mawala ng gana dahil I've had colleagues in the past na hindi nila paborito pero interesado sila, and it's a different type of math, it's a different type of figures, and it's quite interesting. It's one of for me, it's one of the interesting practical areas of law, kasi iisipin mo, paano ko to hahatiin para mabuhay yung dating isang household, ngayon 2 household na, at may mga bata pa. So
kasi kamukha niya. Kasi kamukha niya, for example, maganda yung property na bili, say London Place, no? pag binenta nila, wala na, baka individually yung pinaghatian nila, hindi na sila makakabili ng ano eh. May tendency bang they might stick together muna habang naghihintayan sila? Pwede bang gano'n? Magdi-divorce na.
Meron po.
din.
Meron po. Marami
Excuse
po.
me.
And kung gano'n ang sitwasyon nyo, don't be embarrassed. Marami po. Marami na magkaibang wing lang sila ng bahay, magkaibang ano. And they actually recognize po yan ng korte na minsan hihintayin muna kasi hindi afford o hindi mas it makes more economic sense for them to stay at one property. Kahit magkaiba na yung household nila, magkaiba time sila kumain, they don't really talk to each other, and it does happen. May empathy yung korte sa ganyan. Alam ng korte na nangyayari yan sa totoong buhay. Much more ngayon sa modern na life. And sometimes it does. That's the way to preserve yung mababayaran nyo pa rin yung mortgage without having to rent until either that you'd have to sell the home or one of you is able to get to a better job na ayos na yung mortgage. So that's maraming mga pwedeng packages na tinatawag.
Ang buhay naman kasi kaya nga cases, no, mga kanya-kanyang maraming maraming sitwasyon, no, from weird to probably normal,
very unusual.
unusual. Hindi, kaya cases, no, kaya case. So very fascinating. Bukod sa akala mo mag-aaral ka ng law, walang math well, dagdag na rin yung fascination na rin. Although you will have to learn how to compute na rin siguro. Part of your job, no? Whatever you have to, tapos yung fascination na rin because of different cases. Okay, well, I guess, yung mga, okay na ho yan. Yan ang ating, for matrimonial proceedings para at least may idea ho kayo. Okay, may mga greetings tayo rito. Uy, from Vienna, si Enrico Rojas. Greetings from Vienna. Enrico Rojas, mabuhay. Nurse yan na, mahusay yan, ano yan, sa Vienna. O talking of the angel. Enrico. Talking of the angel, ito na siya, no?
Edgar Duway, magandang gabi, Attorney Ganda Tawa, DQ, and legendary broadcaster ng bayan, Sonny Laragan, at sa mga taga-subaybay, happy Dagdag Kaalaman Year Day. Wow. Welcome back, Ed.
Na-late ka, Edgar. Ay, nahanap ka namin. Asa ba si Edgar? Sabi natin, di ba? Si Rose Hobbs. Ano bang sinasabi ni Rose Hobbs?
Sir Sonny and Attorney Donna, is it okay to share your live on TikTok para makapanood din ang kababayan na sa TikTok?
Okay lang.
Okay lang.
Okay lang. Pwede ba yan? That is good.
Mag-TikTok din tayo.
Thanks.
Sa lahat ng mga TikTok.
Hindi kasi pa ako naka-experience mag-TikTok. Kung gagawin mo TikTok ko, okay na rin, di ba? Sabihin ng mga kaibigan ko. One time nga, nakikinig yung mga kaibigan ko sa Pilipinas, radio. Ako, pinag-uusapan nila Danny Bonafé at saka ni Tony Velasquez sa program nila. Sabi, boses ni Sonny Laragan yan. So, nagsusumbungan. So, pag nakita ng mga kaibigan ko sa TikTok, very good, no?
Ayun, para medyo cool naman tayo.
Cool naman tayo, Thanks, Rose. If you can do that, that would be much appreciated, yeah. May Tigbao Vargas. Okay. Good evening.
Greetings from Exeter, Devon. Happy Tuesday to all. Happy Tuesday, May.
Happy Tuesday and Happy New Year to you, May, ha? Happy New Year to you.
Asan na yung mga nagluluto? Greetings po, Attorney. Thank you, lady. Thank you
Lady
so
Grace.
much.
Saan si Lady Grace? Taga Seven Oaks, di ba?
Seven Oaks.
Sa Kent.
Kent yan. Kent is Seven Oaks.
Kent yan, Seven Oaks. So, masarap. Thank you, Ako'y kundi dahil sa'yo, hindi ko matidiscover yung Bedford, no? Hindi ko mapupuntahan, Attorney, no? Bedfordshire. Hindi pa ako napunta ng Cambridge, so tama-tama. Bedford muna bago Cambridge, no?
Punta Cambridge,
Cambridge,
Cambridge.
Sige. Rufino Obana, ito. Yung kaibigan natin si Rufino Obana, no? Na hindi related kay Barack Obama. No, joke lang, Rufino, no? Obana, taga sa mga Obana, Quezon and Bicol.
Quezon, Bicol, Quezon. Yeah, that's
Bicol,
right.
Bicol and Quezon. Dalawang provinces yun, no? Okay, saan ito? Sabi niya, quick menu,
Alam po, at dito na rin sa loob ng truck nagluluto at malamig sa labas, umaambang tao. Mag-ingat
Wow, pareho sa London dito, umuulan.
Oo.
Nung nakita tayo, attorney, umuulan ba?
Or kakatapos lang po magulan.
Oo.
Kakatapos
Umaraw saglit, ha?
kaganda.
Umaraw na konti, tapos biglang, pasilip-silip pang araw,
Nag-brighten up ang Bedford dahil dumating ang legendary broadcaster ng Bedford.
Then, doon, kasi ikaw ang host, no? Kumbaga, tagarong ka, so you welcome us sa araw. Dalawa kasama mo may araw, isang sol, which is a Spanish word for sun. Sun, ba? Sol, sun. Kaya maski saan ka sa Spain, ang daming sol doon dahil nga sun. And then, may sunny pang dumating. Dalawang sun yung dumating sa'yo.
Di pa lalabas yung araw yan.
Great info ulit. Oh, thank you. So, sino
Thank
ba?
you, maraming salamat. At ngayon, mapapanood nyo na rin po kami sa TikTok.
Oh, wow. Oo nga, bino mo. Oo.
Happy New Year daw sa lahat. Sabi ni May, Happy New Year, May.
Thank you, Rose, sabi niya.
Thank you. Kami dapat magpasalamat sa iyo, Rose. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat. Yeah, please, how do you do that? Teka mo, di ba TikTok saglit lang yan? So, how do you TikTok it? You just get a portion of it and then you TikTok it?
Baka
Ganun ba yun?
Sige nga. Oo nga. Hindi ko alam Ganun ba yun?
Bigyan mo kami ng link, Rosa. Sige nga, gawin mo. And
Baka
then we will...
mag-TikTok tayo.
tingnan natin.
Akala
Akala ko kasi si TikTok nagsasayaw-sayaw tapos biglang, di ba? Paulit-ulit, no? Di ba?
Kailangan natin mag-song and dance number.
Oo.
Si Edgar, speaking of parokya ni Edgar Duay, na nagbabalik on tour.
Wow.
On tour na ngayon ang parokya ni Edgar Duay, starting Sonny Laragan at Direk Pau. Sana daw may song number ka, Mr. Laragan.
Well, hopefully in future. Pero it was a special kasi birthday ni... Well, although birthday ni attorney nung December 30, but kasi hindi naman natin pwedeng gawin on the show of the attorney Elira. Alam nga pag-swapping. Pwede natin pag-swap. Sabi nga natin. Oo nga, baka sabihin lang, teka muna, ba't nagkaiba schedule? So ginawa natin parang birthday celebration yung Tuesday ni attorney, yung show na Legal Advice Corner. Parang yan, impromptu yun. Nagkaroon tayo, extended yun, di ba? Nagkakanta tayo.
Extended, nakakatawa. Hangout, jamming session.
Jamming session. Lumabas na ang husay pala kumanta ni Direk, ha? Kita mo.
Yung tadhana version ni Direk Pau, dapat yung tinitiktok Diba, Direk? Direk, pag pag na-discover ka, ako manager mo. ako mag-aano ng kontrata mo.
Maganda yung kinanta niya. May version siya na natuwa ako. Sabi ko, nadinig ko na yun, pero ibang version tong kay Direk, which is good, no?
Very talented.
Very talented yan. And of course, si Edgar Duay, very talented din yan, no?
Yan, yun ang
mahal na mahal natin.
Super Ed namin. Mahal na mahal natin.
Hindi ko na sinatawagan. Sorry, Ed, hindi kita natawagan nung kailan pa tayo nakita, attorney, no? Sabado, no? Dahil biglaan din yun we were actually extended kami sa bed, no? And then we decided, let's go to Bedford, let's have a look how it looks like, no? Biglaan lang yun. So, yun. And mapalag naman kami. Buti na doon sa pangalan ng lugar, Embankment, at least, no? Nakakuha kagad ng table.
Kasi bumisi siya after about an hour or after 30 minutes. Biglang bumisi na yung place. Lahat nagising na.
Sino yung kumakaway doon sa likod mo, attorney? May kumakaway na nakikikaway kay Edgar Duay noon, di ba? So, nakakatuwa naman.
Good vibes.
Edgar, let's do it one time. Si Ma'am Cora Solo, sila Emmeline, ganyan.
Kung
Punta
andito na
tayo.
siya. Yung mga taga Devon dyan.
Uy, malayo pala yung Devon. Malayo yung Devon. Pero gusto kong, napunta na ba ako ng Devon? Di ko nga malaman kung napunta na ako ng Devon, no? Exeter. Exeter. Napunta na yata. Napunta na yata. Well, titignan namin.
Napunta na ako. Ako rin nakalimutan ko. Napunta pala ako Exeter. A very long time ago.
May, yung bang English Riviera, nasa Devon ba yun? Yung English Riviera. I don't know kung yun, no? Kasi English Riviera, medyo malayo-layo na rin yun, di ba? Pero pinakamalayo yata, Turkey yun. Turkey ba? Devon yun? Turkey?
Yeah, maganda daw doon, Mr. Laragan. Di pa ako nakakapunta. Pero
ando kami. We were there. Yun ang English Riviera, yung Turkey. 2 or 3, parang towns yata. Kuha ka ng bus, parang bus sa parang bus pass, parang gano'n eh. One day
tour.
tour gano'n, oo. Yan. Ginagawa rin sa Brighton yun, if you wanna go, say, to Eastbourne.
Talaga ba? Yung
Yeah.
buong ng Brighton? Okay.
I went to Brighton one time, tapos I just got this yung day ticket ba? So, pwede ba? Hapon or day ticket lang, maski saan ka makapunta, gano'n. Nakakatuwa.
Galing.
So, yan, oo. So, yeah.
Pagkatapos ng pandemic, expert na tayo sa staycation.
Oh, yes. So, hindi, alam mo, actually, mapipilitan nga tayo mag-staycation kamukha nung nangyari sa birthday mo. Sayang, di ba? We will be forced to probably stay here kung talagang ganyan lalala pa. Kasi lumalala sa France eh. Lumalala sa Netherlands. Di ba?
Oo nga.
Ingat
lahat. Ingat po.
Ingat lang. Sana we'll hope and pray na mawala na to, no? At hopefully sana lumuwag-luwag at makakuha na ng talagang vaccine na talagang totally wala na talaga, ma-eradicate na yan. Anyway, attorney, well, I guess magpapaalam na tayo. So, baka meron kang mga shout-outs, last messages, or probably tell them how they can get in touch with you. So, go ahead please, attorney.
Exactly. For contact details or contact email, it's d.quinto@dbsolicitors.com, or ang direct dial is 01234225-188, or you can do both. I think I would suggest do both as well. Minsan may meeting, so baka hindi masagot agad ang tawag. Do email me instead with a short note kung ano yung problema, ano yung concern, and we'll try to kung nasa departamento namin or kayang ibigay ng firm, we can give you some guidance and how we can assist. Or kung hindi man, and there are instances sometimes na hindi mapoprovide ng firm yung advice for some reason, ibang departamento, we don't offer such service. I still try to give some preliminary information or signpost you to the right direction. So, without further ado, Happy New Year muna sa lahat bago kami magpaalam, and may you all stay safe. Yun lang yung message ko ngayon, as well as may extra message. Thank you, Mr. Laragan. Thank you, Direk Pao. Thank you, Edgar Duay and Irene Duay. Thank you, Emily Rafael and Mom Cora Carsola, who's all been, and everyone else, Edgardo Cahastian, lahat ng mga who's really made me feel na kahit wala dito yung pamilya ko, I do feel na madaming kapamilya o kapuso para fair.
At
kapatid.
Baka bigla magtampo yung GMA,
para fair. I really do feel na may Filipino home ako dito, kahit virtual. Yun ang nakakatawa, kahit remote tayo. So maraming salamat. And I really hope it will be a fantastic year for all of us. So thank you everyone. Keep safe. At kita-kita ulit tayo next week.
Yan. Talking of kita-kita, hindi ko maintindihan ko. So doon kita tayo sa Eastbourne, sa Seven Sisters. Sino susunduin mo? Si attorney susunduin mo? Kasi ako pwede na diretso.
Andun ka kasi
along the way pwede kang daanan ni Edgar papunta ng south kasi south ng Eastbourne.
I think we're Seven Sisters para hindi siya punta tayo I think gusto kita tayo sa east.
Ano yung Seven Sisters? Saan yung Seven Sisters nga pala?
Ay, hindi. Akala ko station yun. Yun ata yung magandang cliffs. Yun ang one day we should go.
Teka muna. Hindi ko naintindihan. Eastbourne is down south kahanay ng Brighton yan. So ikaw nandito ka sa Bedford. Si Edgar Duwa is coming from the north sa Bedford, sa Derby. So dadaanan ka niya. Ganun. Yung ba ibig ko sabihin, Edgar, ako dadaanan mo o si attorney dadaanan mo, sasabay mo na?
Pwedeng daanan mo kami pareho para mas masaya ang buhay. Naging school bus.
Hindi, pwede natin isama natin sila Emmeline Rafael, angkas sila sasakay na. Yan.
Ma'am Cora, baka gusto sa mama. God, baka maraming naging
Pakilinaw nga. Pakilinaw Ed ko, ikaw ang susundo kay attorney o paano? Uy, evening from Switzerland. Good evening, Teresita Ortman ha. Mabuhay ka sa Switzerland ha.
Last
Oh,
week, andyan si Teresita Ortman eh.
kumusta yan?
Siya yung-
Maano ba ang ano dyan? Ang COVID, no?
Oo nga, kamusta pala
Oo,
dyan?
kumusta kayo dyan? Well, okay, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Naku, maraming salamat. Gaya ng sabi ni Attorney, sino to? Attorney Malyare. Attorney Annalyn Malyare. Oh,
Happy New Year, Attorney
Oo.
Quinto and Sir Sonny. Happy New Year, Annalyn. Mukhang sa Annalyn.
Happy New Year. Related ka ba doon sa artista, Attorney? Sino yung Quinto?
Si Rufa May.
Rufa May
Tita
Quinto.
Rufa. Si Tita Rufa. Hindi, joke
Rufa
lang.
May.
Sorry, Tita Rufa. Hindi po.
Okay, si Rufa May. Oh. Baka mamaya, Ilongga pala si, no? Si
Joke
Rufa
lang.
May.
Which is funny,
Diba?
Nakakatawa siya. Nakakatawa
Mahusay. Very witty yun.
Mahusay
Mahusay sa, sa comedy.
Very
Mahusay. Ibig sabihin talagang very witty siya. Mahusay. Hahakutin
Hahakutin
ko kayo lahat.
Ayun,
Okay.
tara.
Oh, sige.
Pag maayos
Pag
na yung
pagpunta naman ng ibang lugar din, dadaanan naman namin si Attorney.
Ayun.
Okay, marami ka na drivers, Attorney. Kita mo naman, from the
Dami
north
na
and south.
natin food trip.
Oo. Kailangan meron tayong driver sa east and west, no? Ayan,
Yes.
north and south. Okay, well, I guess it's time. Sana nag-enjoy kayo, no? So, sa naging discussion natin, malaking bagay yan dahil maski ang pagmamahal baka hindi magtagal. Pero we would like love and relationship to carry on. No? Pero baka may mga talagang hindi maiwasan. And at least alam niyo yung itong mga bagay-bagay na ito. No? Yung diniscuss na mga terminologies. At kung hindi man para sa inyo, para sa mga kaibigan ninyo. Okay, well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Maraming salamat doon sa mga kababayan natin na social bubble family virtual sa atin for tonight, no? Maraming salamat. This might carry on for a while, no? We've been doing it for a couple of years. Maraming salamat for being there. And for those new tuners, viewers na nariritong nakapanood sa amin, thank you very much. Welcome kayo. At doon sa mga Pinoy trackers na nagluluto at nag-enjoy ng pagkain nila, kami nagagalit sa inyo dahil bigla kami nagutom dahil sa inyo. Di ba? Ako medyo umiimpis na yung mukha ko at pumapayat na dahil puro na lang prutas ang kinakain ko. Pero ngayon, mapipilitan yata akong kumain. Kita nyo, medyo lumubog na yung mukha ko, Attorney, no? Oo
nga po eh.
Oo nga, grabe, no?
Kain na tayo. Kain na tayo.
So, marami pala mga promises tayo ngayon. Makita mo, mga traveling promises na via Edgar Do and who knows, no? Sana magkita-kita na tayo. Attorney Danna was mentioning about sana nga magkaroon ng Barrio Fiesta. At di ba, magkaugnay-ugnay tayo. We've missed it for a long time. Hopefully, sana mangyari. Although it might be kind of difficult at the moment. Pero who knows, di ba? Baka biglang magbago ang panahon, no? In the meantime, we want to thank you for taking care for watching us, for I was about to say take care, no? Keep safe and take care of yourselves. Well, maraming salamat to.
Gutom lang yan.
Gutom lang.
Kumain na tayo.
Sa ngalan ng ating pinakamamahal na abogada, no, si Attorney Danna Quintos, ni Direk Pao. Ito po si Sunny Laragang nagsasabing thank you very much for keeping us company. Take care, keep well always. Happy New Year and good night. Bye.
Good night. Happy New Year.
Good night. Happy New Year.
Bako na niluluto mo Nakabago pa. Paborito ko yan.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you. So you can be there for them.